Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with another toy room review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Nintendo Alarmo. And that's right, yes, I am one of the few people who actually purchased this, and I'm not entirely sure why. There's just something about it that appealed to me, and I have no idea why I purchased it. Now, obviously, I will get some use out of this because I use my alarm clock every morning on my phone. But if you guys know me personally, you know that I'm somebody who hates having to keep their phone on overnight to use my alarm clock 24/7 because that eventually diminishes the battery life of your battery in your phone. So I could get a regular alarm clock for like probably 10 bucks, 20 bucks max. I can get a Google Home or an Alexa that will do the same thing, plus a ton of other smart features that this Nintendo Alarmo does not do. But none of those things have that Nintendo charm and Nintendo touch. So I want to see, was this worth $100? Which, let's be honest, it's really not worth $100. I would say $50 would have been a great sweet spot for this, but $100 is a bit steep. But for some reason I ordered it. I have no idea why. But in today's video, we're going to try and find out why. We're going to do an unboxing, which, spoiler alert, I already unboxed this off camera and did the setup just to kind of skip that process. But I repackaged everything in here the way that they came. After we do the unboxing, we'll take a look at all the features, then I'll give you guys my thoughts and opinion and final review on this and see, should you pick it up? Is this worth it? If it's worth $100, that's debatable, but is this worth picking up, or is Nintendo sleeping and does Nintendo need to wake up? Let's go ahead and find out. All right, you guys, so here is a close-up of the box. So you can see it says Nintendo Sound Clock Alarmo, and it has obviously an image of the Alarmo right here, nice front and center. You do have a couple of the blocks from Mario, and you can see some music notes coming out of them with coins around them as well. You can see some of the warnings right there. If you want to read that, you can go ahead and pause. Then coming to the side here, it kind of gives you instructions on how to actually use the alarm clock. So pretty simple right there. It looks like you got some more of those warnings in a different language. Then coming to the side over here, it says wake up in Nintendo Worlds, and then it says that in a different language. 35 unique alarms, and you can see some of the featured games here, or all of the featured games I should say, available at the moment. There are going to be more coming down basically as DLC, which is kind of funny to think that your alarm clock is going to have DLC, but they already announced Mario Kart, and I believe Animal Crossing was the other one. And then down here you can see some more of the features right there, and then coming to the back, kind of more instructions on like compatibility and how to use it and how far it needs to be and whatnot. So pretty awesome there. And on the top, of course, you have that signature Nintendo logo. Let's go ahead and open this up. There is a seal on both sides with tape, so you do that, and then you are greeted with the instructions, which honestly the setup's pretty straightforward, so I don't even really think you need this. And is this even really instructions? Yeah, it's kind of instructions. It's more so like copyright warning stuff, all of that. And then we are greeted with this little cardboard piece in here, and then we have a cable in here, and this is a USB-C cable, which is kind of reflective right now, so I'll take it out of the wrapper. There we go. So a USB-C cable. Is this Nintendo branded? No, it is not, sadly enough. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. So it's just a regular USB-C cable, not even Nintendo branded, which I'll be honest, for $100, I know it's something stupid, but just give me a Nintendo logo right here for the amount of money I'm spending. Yeah, and what's also wild is you only get the cable. You don't get a power brick with it as well. So you have to provide your own power brick. Again, for $100, Nintendo branded cable, Nintendo branded power brick, like, come on. Anyways, moving on over here, we have the Alarmo, and that is it. So let's go ahead and get the Alarmo out and give you guys a close look at that. Protected very nicely right here, and here it is, the Alarmo. Now you're gonna have to excuse some of the reflections obviously from the lights and whatnot, but here it is. And honestly, in hand it feels more high quality than I thought it was going to. It's not as cheap feeling as I thought it was going to feel. It's not as hollow as I thought it was going to feel. At the end of the day, it's nothing like super premium high quality, you know, like metal die-cast materials. It is all plastic, but it feels nice. It does not feel as cheap as I thought it was going to. So right up here you do have the back button as well as the notifications button, which kind of looks like an email, and then you have the little knob here, or the dial, which you can turn, but you can also push it in. And then right here is a screen, and I think this is people's biggest issues with this. So in the direct where they announced this, or I don't even know if it was direct, but in the announcement, the trailer for this, they made it seem like this entire black circle was going to be the screen, which indeed it is not. If you look right over here, you can actually see where the screen is. Now in direct sunlight or direct light, that is an eyesore. That looks horrible. But honestly, when you have it on your nightstand in your room, honestly, like, you see how the screen just kind of disappears? That's how it looks like, I would say 90% of the time. So when I first noticed that the screen was, you know, basically not the entire circle, I was a little bit disappointed, but after having this in hand for a few minutes and placing it on my nightstand and everything like that and testing it out, honestly, it disappears, and you can't even really tell. It's not till you have it like just in the right lighting situations, which I would say 99% of the time, or probably even like 100% of the time, this isn't going to be in direct light. It's going to be on your nightstand off to the side exactly like this, and you can see how the screen disappears, which is nice. And another thing I saw a lot of people, myself included, wondering why they didn't use an OLED screen, because the OLED screen would be able to get completely black and blend in with the bezels essentially. But once you think about it, OLEDs are prone to burn-in, and for an alarm clock that you're going to be having the time constantly displayed on there, OLED really is not a good idea, because now you're going to get the time burned into the screen. So I understand why they went this route, and honestly, once you have it in hand, like, look at that, that's not that bad at all. So it disappears, you can't even see where the square is, so I'm willing to look past that. Overall materials though, it's done in this flat red, which feels exactly like the Mario edition of the Switch, which I have with me. Let me go ahead and grab that, and they may even be the same exact shade of red. I wonder if they use the same like plastics to make this alarm clock. Let me go ahead and find that Switch. Yeah, okay, so here we are, and yeah, this is basically like the same exact shade of red. I know the lighting's kind of throwing it off, but if you look here, it's the same exact shade of red. They have the same exact texture to it and everything. So if you have this Mario special edition of the Switch, it's literally the same shade of red, same flat red texture. And I like that, honestly. Now having these two side by side, like, I might keep this Switch on my nightstand just to kind of pair up with it, which is pretty nice. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyways, moving on. The last thing of note to mention is right here on the bottom, you do have these black rubber feet, as well as this little rubber section right here, so that you obviously are not prone to this sliding. Like, this is actually gripped on here very nicely. Like, I'm trying to slide it, as you guys can see, and if I use enough force, it'll move, but you see it's barely moving. So these rubber feet do a good job of having some resistance, which is nice, because this is going to be standing on your nightstand and you don't want to accidentally knock it over. The only other thing you have here is a USB-C port right here for the cable to provide power. So that is it. So let me go ahead and cut off all the lights, get some power to this, and show you guys what the Alarmo is all about. All right, so let's go ahead and power this up. I just realized this looks like one of the Yu-Gi-Oh monsters. I can't remember the name. I feel like it was the Time Wizard. I'm gonna put it on screen, but just, I don't know why, looking at this right now, this looks like the Time Wizard, which is hilarious. I don't know if that's actually his name, but I'll put it on the screen. Anyways, let's go ahead and plug this in so we can power it up. Now keep in mind, I did do the whole setup process already. So let's see what happens when we power it up. All right, there we go, and just like that, powered up, no problem. And as you can see, when it first initially started up and you saw that Alarmo logo there, you could really see the screen, but now that you have this on and it kind of dimmed the screen a little bit, like, you can't even see that square. It doesn't really stand out at all, which I like. So let's go ahead and get a close-up shot of this. As you can see, it's connected to my Wi-Fi already, so it's got the date and the time, everything good. It's got my alarm set for 8:30 a.m. And we'll just kind of go through the menu. And I will say the sound on this, I was actually surprised with how rich and how deep the sound is. There's not like a huge subwoofer in here or anything like that, but honestly, like, the sound on here, it's just surprising how well it sounds and how loud it actually can get. I only have it at half volume right now, but here are some of the settings. So you have set alarm, alarm on and off, sleepy sounds, hourly chime, records, settings, download new alarms, and help. Now, I already checked, the new DLC alarms are not yet available, but hopefully they'll be coming soon. But I just want to show you guys basically all the different alarms. There's not really too many features with this. Its main thing is the different alarm sounds that it has and different themes. And then sleepy sounds, basically when it senses that you've laid down and it's past your bedtime, because you can set your actual bedtime on here, it will play for 10 minutes, kind of calming music based on whatever game you have selected, whether it's Mario, Zelda, Splatoon, so on and so forth. It will play sort of a calming song from that game for 10 minutes to help you kind of wind down and put you to sleep, which is a really nice feature. And then the hourly chime, pretty self-explanatory. Every hour on the hour, it makes a sound from that game, except when it's between your bedtime and when your alarm goes off, the hourly chime will not happen. That way it does not disturb you while you're sleeping. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys the alarms that come in. So I have it selected right now on New Donk City Festival from Super Mario Odyssey, and we'll just go through those games. I'm not going to play all of every song because it's going to take too long and I don't want to get hit with copyright, but here we go. So we have Shuffle Daily, so it will shuffle through all the Mario songs, and you have Chain Chomp at Fossil Falls, so we click to select it, and then we have to hit this, and we have to hit this. I don't think it's going to preview the song. Yeah, so unfortunately it's not going to preview the song. So I have to set a new alarm and have it go off every single time. So we're not going to be able to preview the song, unfortunately. That's just going to take way too much time. But I'll just go through all the songs with you guys. So we have Chain Chomp at Fossil Falls. And then next we have Meeting Peach in the Mushroom Kingdom, I'm assuming. Yep, Mushroom Kingdom. There we go. Next we have Spinning Athletics as Yoshi. Speaking with the Bubbling Sphinx. Exploring Lake Lamode. Hammer Bros on Mount Volbono. There we go. I just hate how long it takes the text to kind of scroll. And then we saw New Donk City. So when you set your alarm for Mario, as we go through here, you will see everything has this Mario background on here. It's red, has different Mario logos on there, and then you get that sound from Mario Odyssey. And then, if we set a new alarm with the Legend of Zelda, you'll see the sounds will change and the backgrounds will change. You see we got a new background, and listen to the sound. There we go. So you have that sound right there. And then the text also changes as well. So you can see you got the Zelda themed text, Zelda themed colors, as well as Link standing right there. And he'll move around, they'll all move around and do some cool stuff, which is pretty nice. So we'll go back to the alarms and take a look at, you have Shuffle Daily once again. And then you have Awakening to Adventure, the Bokoblin Battle, the Stasis Trial, Searching for Korok Seeds, the Great Fairy Fountain, Stone Talus Battle, probably butchering these names, and then Learning to Become the Wind. Learning to Become the Wind. I thought there was something else after Wind. So there you go. So now we'll move on to Pikmin. And once again, you're going to see the theme change right here. So you got that Pikmin inspired background, as well as the sound coming up next. There you go. And then here is what the Pikmin text looks like. It's a little bit more washed out on the screen just because of the lighting in here, but I couldn't really do this without the light, so there you go. But it is a more deeper, vibrant, richer color in person. So moving on to the next one. So again, you have Shuffle Daily, and this is for Pikmin 4, so you have Collecting Treasure, Rushing the Bulborb, Fancy the Fiery Blowhog, Breaking through the Electric Gate, Saving the Drowning Pikmin, Protecting the Luminol, and Dancing Under Groovy Long Legs. There we go. Okay. Next up, we have Splatoon 3, so we'll go ahead and set that so you guys can see the theme change. There you go. And then the new sound. There you go. And then here is the new font, as well as the Inklings right over there. Alright, so we'll go through the songs. You have Clickbait by Seaside, Sandy Side Up by Front Row, Aquasonic by H2O, Slopping Spree by Chirpy, Chips, Fins in the Air by Deep Cut, The Salmon Run, and Story Mode, The Final Battle. That was just a guess there on the last word. And then finally we have the Ring Fit Adventures, so we'll select this. And then you can see the new theme on there. There you go. So pretty cool right there. And then we'll go to the song list. So you have Meadow Run, then Air Blast, First Fit Battle, Fierce Fight in the Treasury, river rowing on a raft, final battle against the Four Masters, a snowy soaring valley, and then nighttime battle gym. And then the last one is shuffle all, so you can shuffle all the songs included, all 35 songs, plus the DLC when that's available. You can just shuffle through all of them, or you can shuffle through a specific game if you like. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to set an alarm. I'll do the fairy fountain, because I haven't listened to that one yet. And what time is it right now? 2:39. So I'm going to set an alarm for 2:40. Hopefully I make this in time. And we'll wait for the alarm to go off so you guys can kind of see what that's like. Now, I don't know how well it's going to work as far as me being... Oh! It did something. I don't know what that noise was. But I don't know how well it's going to work as far as me being able to turn off the alarm since I'm not laying down in my bed. Oh, that's cool. You can hear it's getting started. You hear the firewood like cackling in the background. Oh, I think this is the nighttime wind down noise, which is actually my first time messing with this. So yeah, you got like the campfire stuff. That's pretty cool. Alright, here's the alarm. And you can see the LEDs going off up here in the knob as well. Oh. Okay. So it wants me to get up. I'm going to try and simulate me getting up just by moving. There we go. It hasn't recognized me fully up out of bed yet, so that's why it hasn't like... I'm trying to do it behind the camera. Yeah, it's going to be hard to do. I'd have to actually be laying down in bed, but you guys kind of get the idea with that. And I can stop the alarm manually. And that's going to go back to the idle screen. There we go. So you guys get the idea. And it looks like we have a message here. Let's see what that message is. Notification about the hourly chime. Okay. Yeah, I already went through this when I set it up. I don't know why it's telling me that. Okay, so I kind of want to do the standby noises because I haven't messed with those. And why not since we're already here. So let's see if it does the standby noises now. So it looks like it's not doing it now for Mario, unfortunately. Oh wait, here it goes. I had to move a little bit so I recognize some movement. There we go. And now the alarm's gonna go off. Just putting the speaker up to the camera so you guys can hear it better. I can turn the volume up more too. I just have it at this preferred volume. So there we go. That's pretty much all the features with this. I mean, you guys pretty much saw how this works. The motion tracking works incredibly well. It recognizes when I get out of bed, which is awesome. And honestly, it works as advertised. The tech in here is kind of cool. Do I think it's $100 worth? No, not at all. But I mean, this is definitely the world's probably most unique alarm clock. And just, I don't know. Oh, let me set my alarm actually back to what it was so I actually wake up tomorrow morning. So set that for 8:30. Alright, so I think you guys got the gist of everything. So let me go ahead and get back to my other filming location and shoot the outro and let you guys know my final thoughts and opinions now that I've had this and been able to mess around with it and test it out for a couple days. Alright you guys, I know that was a little bit of a long-winded kind of tutorial run through this. Honestly, I probably could have spent even more time on it. There's just a lot of sounds to go through, different features and whatnot, but you guys got the basic gist of how this works and what it does. Now, how do I feel about this? Well, let's start with the build quality. Overall, this is a way higher quality build than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be a lot of cheap plastic, nothing really too impressive, and Nintendo just trying to do a cash grab on this. But honestly, the quality of the materials, the plastics they use is the same plastics that they use on that Mario Switch back there, and probably a few other special edition Switches as well that just come in different variations and different colors. So the plastic feels nice. This little turning dial knob thing up here honestly feels pretty nice as well. It's just like kind kind of like almost the same high quality plastic that they use here, but it's translucent, and it spins, it pushes in, everything feels nice. The buttons here feel very solid as well. The rubber feet feel nice. Everything feels really good about this. I wouldn't say it's a like a high quality premium feeling item, but it feels better than I thought and exceeded my expectations. Now, as far as the alarm clock itself, okay, so when I ordered this, I instantly had like buyer's remorse when I ordered this. I thought that this was going to suck. I thought it was going to be just a big regrettable purchase, and at $100 it was already a pretty regrettable purchase. But after using it, after messing around with it, after testing it out, having the delight of being woken up by these Nintendo songs and just all the Nintendo themes and the different, you know, fonts that I can use depending on what mood I'm in, if I want a Mario font or a Zelda font, and coming down the line Mario Kart and whatever else. Hopefully they don't stop there, because for $100 they better add a lot more in here than just what they've already promised. I hope to see more future DLCs coming down the line, and because there is a dedicated section in the menu, I hope that that's the case, and that will kind of help justify that $100 price tag if I get more stuff added to this down the line. It could be like, Nintendo has such a vast library, it could literally be like a never-ending DLC spree. I just hope they don't make the DLC paid. Keep the DLC free for $100. Yeah, do not start charging people the DLC for this. Anyways, after using it, after messing around with it, I still don't feel like it's worth $100, but I don't have that remorse or regret that I did before. I'm actually very, very pleased with it. I do wish it was cheaper. Like I said, 50 bucks would have been perfect. They would have sold so many of these for 50 bucks. But honestly, I'm happy with it. I really can't complain. And you know, I'm one of the rare people who's actually like excited about it and is gonna get constant use day after day with it. And I know people can do that with their phone. They have options to do it for much cheaper. I get that, I understand that, and I completely agree. And honestly, like, if it wasn't for YouTube, that's like another reason why I kind of bought this, was just to do a video on it, because I know so many people are not going to get it, that they're going to be curious about this. So I just wanted to do a video on it, so hopefully the video pays off. But you know, we'll see. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to use this. My initial plans was, if I'm not happy with this, was to just sell it. But honestly, it's cool, it's unique, it's weird, it's, you know, quirky, and I like it. Again, do I wish I spent $100 on it? Absolutely not, but I am happy with it. So it's really up to you if you want to spend the $100, or if you wait, it'll probably go on sale or clearance somewhere down the line, I would imagine, because once these come to retailers, I know that they're not going to sell out and they're just going to be sitting on shelves. So you can play the waiting game if you want, hopefully catch it cheaper. But either way, if you spend $50, you spend $100 on it, I think you're going to be satisfied with the product. It is pretty cool, it's pretty unique, and if you have like a man cave like this, I mean, you kind of have to have it, right? It's like just put it next to your Switch right there. It's actually it would look perfect right next to the Switch if I wasn't actually going to use it for an actual alarm clock and place it next to my bed. But anyways, that is my review. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Those links are in the description down below. Also, check out my room tour that's popping up on the screen. If you guys are new to the channel, the rest of this room looks just as crazy as what's behind me, so you're gonna want to check that out. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. So as always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.